Hello class, my name is Megan and today I'm going to be showing you how to wrap a present. Everyone needs to wrap a present at some point. Some people like to do it and some don't. My husband hates it. He would have me wrap every single present and my own if there weren't stores that would wrap for you, or if you couldn't order on Amazon and get them wrapped and sent to the house. Wrapping isn't that hard though, it just takes practice and learn how to do it. First problem most people have is the amount of wrapping paper to use for the present. First thing you're going to want to do is take your present. I am using a book. Most people have these in boxes or things like that, but it's all the same for wrapping. You're going to want to actually take your paper and wrap it all the way around your present. This way you know that the paper you're cutting off will cover the entire present. Once you have where the wrapping paper reaches around, you need to move an inch or two out from the side of your present. That's to make sure that there aren't any errors and to make sure that the wrapping paper will actually overlap each other when you go to tape it, so that you do not have any open spots where someone can sneak a peek. Next is going to be measuring the sides of the paper, which is also a problem for some people. You're going to want to make sure that the paper can go up at least halfway up the side of your box. Mine's a book, so it's not very thick, but some boxes are taller, so you have to move it in further to make sure it goes up at least halfway. The key to this part is making sure that you can guesstimate on the other side how much you also need. With my paper, I'm using paper that has lined boxes, so I'm able to see that I need a full box for each side in order to be sure that it will cover the whole box, the whole present. Now that you have the correct size wrapping paper, you're going to want to make sure that your present is actually face down. This makes sure that all the seams and the taping are on the back of the present, so when you flip it over to be upright, it'll look nice when it's waiting for someone to open it. You're going to want to move your present into the middle of the paper. That way you can have both the tape in the middle, so it's easier to tape. When using a box, a lot of people like to put tape strictly on the first paper onto the box. Because mine's a book and it's not in a box, I will not be taping the first paper down. I'm just going to be wrapping around and taping the two pieces together. There are some tapes that have pre-made little slices that you can put on your hand and just flip off. That's very convenient but not necessary. Now for the sides, you're going to want to measure that the sides will actually be covered before you tape it. Sometimes presents move around and they end up with more stuff on one side than the other. So now that I've made sure that it will cover both sides, what you need to do is fold down the top, and then you're going to fold in both of the edges and make sure that those are nice and tight. And then you're going to want to fold up the bottom. If you start getting little bubbles like I did, I just usually slide down a little bit tighter. It might create a little extra down here, but that will be taped over, so it doesn't look bad. Some people also like to fold this edge of the bottom piece in, so then it looks like it's nice and even once it gets to the top. And then you're going to want to use your tape again and tape right along that edge where the two pieces of wrapping paper meet. Some people like to tape on these edges so that whoever they're getting their present from can't peek, or so that it's harder to wrap depending on who you are. You're going to want to do this same procedure for the next side. You fold down, you fold in, and then you fold up, just like this. For the finishing touches on wrapping your paper, if you have any bubbles, like I do right here, I just put a little extra piece of tape on it. Because I have a lot of family that likes to peek at their present. Now you're going to want to flip it back over, and you have a nice clean edge for the top. And now you can use extra wrapping paper if you like to cut a little piece off, fold it in half, and write who it is to and who it is from on the inside. And then you can tape it to the box as an easy name place. Some people like to use labels that have already been printed and you just write the names on it and you stick it to the paper like a sticker. Some people just write on the present itself the name. Any way you want to do it is just fine. But now you have a nice present that is completely wrapped and ready for opening for whoever the lucky person is. Thank you very much, and I hope you have learned how to wrap a present.